Today we're gleefully whacking in Modern. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And this week, we're heading to Modern to play the new and improved Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One version of 8-Whack, Gleeful 8-Whack, and I am really hyped for this deck. I think this might be the fastest and maybe best version of 8-Whack yet, so let's talk about the deck. What makes it so special? Jump into a Modern League and see it in action. So we start with the whacks. These are traditional. You've seen them before. These 2 mana, essentially, thanks to Surge or Kicker creatures, that when they come into play, they pump the rest of our team and give it haste. So these are the big payoffs for our deck. We've played these in the past in a lot of Goblin versions of 8-Whack. This feels a little different. While we still have Goblins, the way we're making our Goblins is kinda unique. We're trying to flood the board with 1/1 tokens with Gleeful Rebirth and Gleeful Demolition, very close to the same card. If we can blow up one of our own artifacts, we get 3 1/1 Goblin creature tokens for a single mana, which is a ridiculous rate. This lets us get off to really fast starts. If we can Gleeful Rebirth or Gleeful Demolition on turn 1, turn 2, we can whack, hit for 8 damage. That's almost half of our opponent's life total, and it can get even better than that. So how are we getting all the artifacts to do this Gleeful Demolitioning and Gleeful Rebirthing? Well, we got a bunch of free artifacts in the deck. Ornithopter, Memnite, Mishra's Bauble, and then Signal Pest does cost a mana, but it's also kind of like a backup whack. It has Battle Cry, so when it attacks, it gives the rest of our team +1/+0, so another way to pump our 1/1s. So the idea of this deck is essentially we turn 1 Ornithopter, sack it to Gleeful Rebirth, or blow it up with Gleeful Demolition. Turn 2, we whack, get in damage, do that maybe one more time, win the game. The other thing about Ornithopter and Memnite is they're actually kind of good in the deck anyway. They're cheap creatures, so they work with our whacks, and they make it really easy to Surge Reckless Bushwhacker. Reckless Bushwhacker, because of Surge, we gotta cast another spell in the same turn if we're gonna get the bushwhacking effect out of it. So having all these free artifacts makes that really, really easy compared to some past versions of Reckless Bushwhacker decks. So that's the main plan of the deck. We also got Foundry Street Denizen, which just synergizes really well with Gleeful Rebirth and Gleeful Demolition. We can play it on turn 1, turn 2, Gleeful Rebirth or Gleeful Demolition, turn it into a 4/1, get in a big attack, get in a bunch of damage. Then we have our big burn spells for closing out the game. One of the things I love about whack decks is we don't need to deal 20 damage with creatures. We were talking about how our deck's kind of designed to hit our opponent for like 8 on turn 2. If we can get our opponent to 10 or less, there's a pretty good chance that we can close out the game with Goblin Grenade and then Shrapnel Blast, another card that takes advantage of all the artifacts we have in our deck. Mana Base, Castle Embereth, kind of another whack, can pump our team from the mana base, Ramen Up Ruins for damage, the mountains in the sideboard, trying to do as much as we can with artifacts. So in the worst case, we bring in Tormod's Crypt for Graveyard Hate. If we don't need it, we can sack it to one of our Gleeful Demolition effects, Pyrite Spellbomb for removal, Legion Loyalist to get through tokens, some artifact removal, some land hate, and that is Gleeful 8-Whack for Modern. That's our Budget Magic deck for this week. So let's jump into a Modern League and do some whacking, see if this deck is as good and as fast as I think it is. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some Phyrexia All-Will-Be-One cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Budget Magic time. We are playing some, all right, we'll keep this. We are playing some Gleeful 8-Whack, Gleeful Demolition. See how many Goblin tokens we can make in Modern. Could actually use a Gleeful Demolition. That's what we're missing the most here, but Foundry Street Denizen. I mean, we can just like 0-drop whack next turn, which isn't bad. Misty Rainforest, bounty passes. Raymond Ruins, well, Ornithopter. Memnite, kick a Bushwhacker. I mean, not a bad attack. Oh, if we had a Gleeful Demolition for turn 1, ooh, this hand would have been so good. Hand's still pretty good though. All right, so grow the dorks. Opponent down to 12. All right, down to 11. We do have a Goblin Grenade, which is 5. If we draw another Goblin Grenade, we win. Or Shrapnel Blast, either one. One more burn spell, opponent gets tap land. Passes. Gleeful Demolition would still be good. Ooh, Shrapnel Blast, okay. Now we mostly just want our opponent to tap out. Well, we're gonna pass. See if our opponent taps down. We don't really want to fire. Oh, it's Spirits, interesting. Shrapnel Blast you, down to 3. Oh, I think we would have had it if we went for it too. Passes. Well, let's go to combat. Let's attack with 2 creatures. We don't want our opponent to flash something in and eat both of our goblins. That would be a problem. Selfless. Okay, we should be good, right? They can sack the Mausoleum Wanderer, but we can still pay. Okay, wow, they sack it. Okay, this is fine. This worked out exactly how we were hoping, because now we just Goblin Grenade. Opponent's tapped out, sack the Foundry Street. We can pay the 2 for the Wanderer, and opponent scoops it up. Okay, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So maybe bring in Pyrite Spell Bombs. Go down like a Bobble, a Signal Pest, and maybe one more Bobble, and just run it like that. Actually, Legion Loyalist seems good too, doesn't it? Trample and Haste seems like a good way to get through, or Trample and First Strike seems like a good way to get through the blockers. Let's get one more Signal Pest, 1 Shrapnel Blast, and bring in 2 Loyalists. All right, run it like that. Well, game 1, super good. That's exactly what we want this deck to do. And that was not even our fastest draw. We didn't have any Gleeful Demolitions or Cadoltha Rebirths. That was the fair draw. And we still got there pretty convincingly. We can Gleeful Demolition the Spell Bomb if we need to. Ether Vial. Ether Vial. We could also Gleeful Demolition that. You know what? I think we actually do. Actually, let's play Foundry Street first. Pass the turn. Could use a Mountain to make this Castle Embereth come into play untapped. But one of the upsides of Gleeful Demolition is it can kill opposing artifacts. Misty Rainforest. Wow, I can't believe they're playing Chalice. Okay. Well, that is probably game. Actually, that's just definitely game. Okay. Yeah, that just locks our deck. I actually think we can scoop. I mean, we'll give it a couple more turns, but we can cast Reckless Bushwhacker and 1 Shrapnel Blast. Those are the only cards in our deck that we can resolve. Wow, Chalice is good against us. Well, maybe we got to bring in more artifact removal, I guess. Drog Skull Captain and janked out. All right, Chalice, eh? All right, go down more Signal Pests. Bring in 2 Smash to Smithereens. I guess we gotta go 3. Like, we cannot let Chalice stick. It gets a little better with us being on the play, but Chalice on 1 is ridiculous against us. All right, this hand's actually pretty good. Turn 1 Cadoltha Rebirth. Turn 2 whack Mishra's Bauble. Cadoltha Rebirth the Bauble. Pass the turn. We'd love 1 more free spell. 1 more free spell so we can then Surge a Bushwhacker the following turn and we probably just win. Well, this is the start we want. The 3 goblins on turn 1 into a Bushwhacker. Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Raminamp Ruins. Well, Castle Embereth and Bushwhacker. Kick it. Opponent down to 12. Any 1-drop or 0-drop for this Bushwhacker and we are living the dream. Flooded Strand for our opponent. Our opponent playing Chalice is actually kind of good for us because we just smash it. Dorothea. Come on, deck. 1-drop, 0-drop. No, not a land. That does work. Play the land. Kick a Bushwhacker. Down to 3. So opponent gets to eat something, but they lose Dorothea. I mean, looking good. Please play an artifact, opponent. If our opponent plays an artifact, they just die. If they don't do anything, they die, and opponent scoops it up, and that is the Gleeful Whack. You can see the power of 3/1/1s. You can see the power of 3/1/1s on turn 1. That was good. That was real good. Budget magic time. Doing some more Gleeful Whacking, and we are mulliganing the 4-lander. Whew, okay. This will keep. Oh, we just need more free spells. All right, Shrapnel Blast to the bottom. So we have, we have turn 1 Cadoltha Rebirth. The problem we have is our 2 Bushwhackers are the ones that need to be surged. We'd love to draw more 0-mana artifacts. Those are our best draws. Goblin Grenade. Yeah, if these were Goblin Bushwhackers instead of Reckless Bushwhackers, we would be in business. As it is, we really need more Ornithopters and Mishra's Baubles, etc. It's a Triumph. And Scalding Tarn cracks it. Untap down to 13. And Ren and 7. That's a problem. Well, we draw a Mountain. I think we actually, this is weird, but I think we Goblin Grenade our opponent's face, Surge a Bushwhacker, kill the Ren, hit our opponent down to 6. Gonna be close. Opponent, Bloodstained Mire. Okay, opponent's down to 5, which is a big number. That's the Goblin Grenade number. Opponent gets a Mountain. If they didn't have that Ren, they would basically be dead. Prismari Command. All right, anything that lets us kick, that works. Ornithopter, Surge a Bushwhacker, attack you. Oh, got him. Ah! Gleeful whack, gleeful whack. Okay, I don't know if we change anything. This might be our best setup, honestly. Run it back, we got nothing. See if we can do that again. Upside in this matchup is our opponent's a lot of colors, so they're gonna either have slow mana or take a lot of damage from their mana. Downside is, I'm sure they have Omnath, and Omnath is super obnoxious. The life gain is a problem, so we gotta be fast. We gots to be fast. Well, this is pretty fast. We will keep. Opponent, Bloodstained Mire. Passes. So we gotta assume Ren's a possibility. If we play Foundry Street and they Ren, it's pretty bad. Let's Mountain. Play a Mishra's Bauble. Could also rebirth it. Go. Yeah, it's a Xander's Lounge. Opponent, Bloodstained Mire. We draw a Bauble. Play Ramen Up Ruins. Go to combat. Hit you. We're just gonna hit for 3, I think. Hit you for 3. All right, there's the fire. We'll play a Foundry Street Denizen, play a Signal Pest, play a Mishra's Bauble, stop on our opponent's upkeep, crack the Mishra's Bauble. Ooh, Archon, okay. Hopefully that doesn't hit the battlefield. Next turn can be a really big turn if our opponent doesn't have more removal. I'm assuming they don't want to be drawing the Archon. Passing, we get to draw 2 lands. I think we just gotta go for it, right? Play a Memnite. Play a Mountain, kick a Bushwhacker. All right, no removal. No removal. Get some triggers, go to combat. Oh, they got something. Oh, another 2 for 1. All right. Well, opponent, 2 for 1 tribal. Hit him to 8 past the turn. Opponent, Dwarven Mine. Creativity, Archon, Death. Good news, there's good news, there's good news. And that's we're on the play for game number 3. We were close. Our opponent had Fire Ice and Prisma. They had double 2 for 1s into Archon on turn 4. So that's about our opponent's ideal draw for the matchup. We get to be on the play this game. That does change things quite a bit. We get to play first. I mean, we're gonna keep. We could really use a whack. That is the biggest thing we're missing. So play the land, Mishra's Bauble, Kadaltha Rebirth. Memnite, go. Wooded Foothills, passes. Well, play the land. Signal Pest is kind of like a really slow whack. Down to 16, play a Signal Pest. Gleeful Demolition, the Memnite. Ooh, opponent's gonna kill it? Steam Vents, Spell Pierces, all right. Well, hopefully they don't have a Fire Ice. We really would like this Signal Pest to Battle Cry us. Blood Crypt, untapped. Well, I mean, go to combat. Oh, do they have it? They do. Fire Ice. Okay, well, at least they didn't hit our Memnite. All right, this is it. Pass the turn. Do they have a sweeper? Come on, hold. Opponent, Wooded Foothills. Passes. Well, go to combat. Down to 3. Foundry Street Denizen. Goblin Grenade you. Oh, opponent cracks to 2. Desperation Prismari Command. And scoops it up. Ha! Okay. Gleeful whack, gleeful whack. Oh, maybe this deck's good. Maybe it's actually good. That was another amazing win against one of the best decks in the format. Okay, we're doing it. Sweet. Budget Magic. Oh, 5 lands. Budget Magic time. We were playing some Gleeful Demolition whack, and definitely mulliganing that one. Ooh, all right. I guess we just put a Gleeful Demolition to the bottom. This hand's going to be interesting. Scalding Tarn for our opponent. Passes. Oh, play a Bauble. Play a Mountain. Gleeful Demolition the Bauble. Play a Bauble. And pass the... Oh, no, I'm an idiot. Oh, that was a punt. Yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, it would have been better to hold the Bauble for kicking a Bushwhacker next turn. Although now that we know our opponent's drawing a counter spell, it might matter less. Immediately you're like, oh, we don't have anything to do with this. Might as well draw a card, but holding it for a Bushwhacker would have definitely been better. Well, play the land, go to combat, hit ya. I don't think we're gonna go for it. I guess the punt kind of worked out because we got to see the counter spell, and now we know not to just run our Bushwhacker into the counter spell. Might actually work out in our favor. Opponent, passing. And we drew an Ornithopter, so we had another way to cast it anyway. Well, Castle Embreth. When do we go for it? Oh, yeah, let's just attack again. We know our opponent still has the counter. I mean, we're kind of just hoping our opponent taps out and we can have this huge double whack turn and just win. Archmage's Charm. That's annoying. I mean, at some point they got to be tempted to play something, right? Maybe they just leave up the counter the whole game. Mountain. Ornithopter. Bushwhacker. We know one of these is getting countered. We saw the counter spell. All right. And then Bushwhacker. I mean, this is our entire hand. Go attacking. Drops to 7. Well, that's what we got. Passes. I think we just Castle Embreth. I don't think it's worth running out the Bushwhacker since we can almost do the same thing with a land here and not get countered. Can we close it out? We've gotten in a lot of damage. Opponent's still at 7 though. So it's another Archmage's Charm. Yeah, steals a Goblin. Attack you. Opponent blocks. We pump. Opponent goes to 5. 5 is kind of a big number. 5 is a number where a single Goblin Grenade or Shrapnel Blast, if we can get it to resolve, wins the game. Pass in. Well, kick a Bushwhacker. With double Bushwhacker, I think it's worth doing some whacking. Kick a Bushwhacker. I mean, we're going to attack. If you got something, you got something. I guess Wandering Emperor's maybe the most likely. Does that even save our opponent here, though? They go to 6 and die, so that doesn't do it. I guess Wandering Emperor plus something else? Ooh, Solitude. That's a huge one for our opponent. So they eat a Bushwhacker, block a Bushwhacker, go to 2. That is big. That is big. Opponent's at 2. Oh no. Can we find a way to close it out? Come on, Ornithopters. You can do it. You can take down the evil control deck. I would love to draw a Shrapnel Blast. Opponent passes. Oh, that is a Shrapnel Blast. Okay, well, this is awkward, but I think we have to just pass. We just need a window. We just need a window. Run out that Solitude. Run out that... Okay, I mean, this is as good as it's gonna get. Shrapnel Blast you? And opponent scoops it up! Yes! It came through! Gets the control deck. Oh my goodness. It's working. It's working. I don't know if we change anything. Like, we really don't have much of anything. Run it back. That was on the draw, too. We just, like, stomped control being on the draw. So far, so good for this deck. Kinda crushing it. It's really impressive how much the Gleeful Demolition plan just increases the speed of the deck. Well, this hand doesn't do a ton, but I guess we keep it. Opponent Scalding Tarn passes. Mountain Signal Pest pass the turn. So we can like Ornithopter whack, Mishra's Bobble whack. I mean, this is assuming we're up against control. Like, who knows how much of our stuff will live or resolve. The good news is since we managed to steal game 1, we're guaranteed to get a game on the play, which with this deck is actually really, really big. That's good news. That means we might get in a whack attack here. Castle Embreth, Ornithopter, kick a Bushwhacker, and I think we play a Bobble. Attack ya. And we get the Signal Pest Battle Cry, so this is not the worst attack considering we don't have that many creatures. Stop on our opponent's upkeep, crack the Bobble. What are you drawing? Wall of Omens. Okay, I mean, that's kind of fine. It is a blocker, but better than a sweeper or something. All right, there's the wall to draw a card. I wonder if this is an Elish Norn deck. This looks kind of like a blinky, like Elish Norn control deck. Arid Mesa, opponent cracks it. Prismatic ending the Signal Pest. Okay, that does slow us down a bit. We do get to draw 2 here. We'd love to hit like Gleeful Demolition land. That would be the best. Well, okay, Memnite. Surge a Bushwhacker. And go to combat. So opponent gets 1 free block, but they still take 5. Yeah, I think we play both Bobbles here. Play a Bobble, play a Bobble. Out of cards for the time being. Crack the Bobble. Solitude. Well, I'm glad we know about the Solitude. Prismatic ending a Bushwhacker. Well, let's crack another Bobble. Lightning Bolt. Okay, so double removal coming. Solitude Ephemerit's the worst. Oh. Opponent punted. Oh my god, they punted. Oh my god, they punted with Prismatic ending. Oh, we're 3-0. I mean, I don't know if we would have won or not, because I guess we can't draw our card, but yeah, our opponent did not tap enough colors of mana. They only used 2 colors. Did not kill the Reckless Bushwhacker. We still didn't really have lethal, but okay, the bear's eating. The bear's eating, the kids are eating tonight. 3-0. All right, killing it. Sweet. Budget magic time. Doing some more whacking, seeing if we can keep the good times rolling, and this hand's pretty good. Turn 1, Kadoltha Rebirth. Mountain, Bobble, Kadoltha Rebirth. And then next turn we can Memnite Bushwhack, Dragon Rage Channeler, Ornithopter, Memnite, Ramen Bruins, Surge a Bushwhacker, and do some attacking. Here comes the dorks with everything. There's probably some argument to holding on to the Ornithopter just in case we draw another Reckless Bushwhacker. But I also feel like we want to get in just as much damage as possible. Wow, opponent takes it to 9. Okay, opponent's down to 9 here on turn number 2. What do you got, Polluted Delta? Pass it. Go to combat. Attack with everything but the Ornithopter. Opponent cracks down to 8. We're actually kind of okay with our opponent turning on this Dragon Rage Channeler because then it has to attack. Opponent mills. Wow, mills in Unholy Heat. Interesting. I mean, I guess a single removal spell's not that impactful here. And Unholy Heat, sure. So doesn't turn on the Dragon Rage Channeler. Mills a Bobble. Are we blocking? I think we play the Memnite. Run it. It's a power. It is 1 power added to the battlefield. Opponent drops to 5. Memnite. Castle Embereth, go. So we're 1 burn spell away from winning. We're also a land away from Castle Embereth winning. We're also 2 turns away, potentially, from just the janky 1/1 attack winning. Opponent untaps. Oh, the deck gets off to such fast starts. Polluted Delta, Island, Ragavan. Land is what we want. Land is lethal. Land or burn spell, either one. Or Goblin Bushwhacker, not Reckless Bushwhacker. Oh my goodness. That is unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna pass. Oh, I guess we should have held the Memnite. Odds of drawing exactly that Reckless Bushwhacker are not high, but yeah, I guess maybe we should have held it. Opponent, Steam Vents, tapped. Passes. Kadaltha Rebirth, the Ornithopter. Surge a Bushwhacker? Okay, this should do it, right? Go to combat, swing with everything. There's no way they get out of this. Whacked off the Ragavan? Got him! Yes! Oh my goodness. Oh, we got him good. That's like the best deck in Modern too. We crushed him. Down 2 Signal Pass, 2 Mishra's Baubles. Go up some Tormod's Crypts. Go up some Pyrite Spell Bombs. Do we want to go down the last Signal Pest? They do have a lot of flyers. Yeah, all right, let's go all Pyrite Spell Bombs. Oh my goodness, let's keep it going. This is working way better than I expected. I mean, it's a whack deck, so I figured it'd be okay, but wow, this deck is explosive. All right, I mean, we can make some goblins. No whacks and only 1 land, but I think this is a keep. Please don't Spell Pierce us. And I like the Shrapnel Blast. That's a good steal the win card. Passes. Well, Mountain, Ornithopter, Kadaltha Rebirth. Well, let's see how many sweepers they have. Leaves it on top. We'll play the Memnite. Pass the turn. Ooh, that's a blowout. Explosives on 0. That's a problem. Play the Mountain. Go to combat attack. Things are looking worse. Opponent had the answer. Sacks the explosives. Well, Ornithopter. Gleeful Demolition. Pass the turn. Ooh, opponent's at 20. Okay, that explosives might get us. That might actually get us here. That was like a 3 for 1. 4 for 1? Some very large number for 1. Dragon Rage Channeler. Pass it. Play the land. Play the Pyrite Spell Bomb. I think we just attack. If our opponent trades, that's fine. Flooded Strand. Steam Vents untapped. Can they turn on the Dragon Rage Channeler? They need like a Lucky Surveil. Lightning Bolt's a Goblin. So they need to hit, what, creature, essentially? I think we gotta let it go. We're in such rough shape, we gotta take the somewhat risky line. If they can surveil this into a 3-3... Okay. If they surveil into a 3-3, things are real bad. I mean, things are already bad. Opponent's at 16. We only got 1 creature. Like, we're already not where we want to be. Opponent had the removal this game and passes. Oh, even more lands. Well, go to combat, attack for 1. And now we do nothing. Play a Mountain, pass the turn. 15. That's a lot of life. Way outside of Shrapnel Blast range. Opponent passes. Well, go to combat, hit you for 1. Raminamp Ruins past the turn. Well, and we're kind of flooding out this game. I mean, at least we're flooding into Raminamp Ruins. That's a bit of damage. Opponent passing. Second Raminamp Ruins. Hit you to 12. Go to combat. Get in with the Goblin. Opponent kills it. Gleeful Demolition the Spell Bomb. Make some 1/1s past the turn. Dragon Rage Channeler. This time turned on. Passing. Well, another Raminamp Ruins past the turn. Oh, wow, we were trying to piece this one together. I mean, opponent's not doing the most. Hits us for 3. Yeah, Dragon Rage Channeler not the best on defense. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And second Raminamp Ruins. Hit you down to 10. Untap. Kick a Bushwhacker. Resolves. Wait, is there a chance this could work? Oh my god, opponent's at 2. Oh my god, opponent's at 2. Oh my god, this might be working. Oh my goodness, we're piecing it together. Are we gonna win this? Opponent. I mean, if we draw a land, we can Ramanop Ruins. And our opponent has to deal with our board. And if we draw an artifact, we can Shrapnel Blast. Murktide. It's a big threat. That turns on the Dragon Rage Channeler. Land. I've never wanted to draw land more with this deck. Foundry Street Denizen. Do we attack? I mean, I think so. Go to combat. Swing. Oh my god, they didn't have remove. Oh my goodness. 4-0. 4-0. 4-0. Wait, we were just killing all the best decks in the format. We ran pretty clunky that game too. Opponent had the removal, they had the engineered explosive sweep, and we still pulled it off. I think it's time to say, did we break it? Did we break it? All right. Sweet. Here we go for the 5-0 with Gleeful 8-Whackin'. I mean, we're keeping this. This hand is a land away from being spectacular. I mean, it's pretty good. I don't know about spectacular. So I guess we just do the thing. Memnite, land, Kadaltha Rebirth. Yeah, I guess we need a land and something else to kick the Bushwhacker. Opponent, tap land. Passes. Well, Signal Pest. Hit you for 3. Well, we do need that land at some point. Down to 17. Getting a Signal Pest attack would be sweet. All right, that's not happening. Opponent kills it. Stomping Grounds. We draw. Signal Pest. Well, play it. Hit you for 3. Down to 14. So they're a Cascade deck. Probably Rhinos. What if Foothills? Cracks it. Is it Rhino time? Opponent passes. Well, there's the land. So go to combat. So this is going to be instant speed Rhinos. All right. Hit you for 2. Get Rhinoed. Opponent. Crashing Footfalls. Well, let's Gleeful Demolition the Signal Pest. Pass the turn. With 10 points of burn in our hand, we're actually really close. Assuming our opponent doesn't have counter spells. Fury would also be a big problem. Opponent would have Foothills. Passes. Yeah, let's Foundry Street Denizen. I think we gotta pass. The problem is if they Rhino, they wipe out all of our Goblins, and then we can't Goblin Grenade. Rhinos. Oh, come on, no Furies. No Furies, no counters. We need 1 damage. We need our opponent to crack the fetch. Wow, are they gonna play around double Goblin Grenade? That's a lot of Rhinos. That's a lot of Rhinos. Oh, fires away 2 Goblins. Attacks with everything. We'll take it. I mean, this is it. Uh-oh, can they win here or something? What is happening? Wow. Didn't know this deck played Become Immense, but yeah, that gets us. Our 5-0 Dream. Wait, this deck plays Become Immense? Interesting. In the main deck too. That definitely got us. I was not expecting Become Immense. Well, Legion Loyalists, that's our main tech for getting through Rhinos. Maybe a couple of Foundry Streets into Signal Pest? All right, try it like that. Oh, come on. We want the 5-0. I mean, regardless of what happens here, this has been just an absolutely great performance for the deck. It's looked great. Even if we lose to Rhinos, we will accept a great performance. I don't even know if we can keep this. We have the Legion Loyalist, but this hand does nothing. We're going to mulligan. Not aggro enough. We will keep Ornithopter to the bottom. Oh, no. That's not great. Oh, dear. Okay. Play a land. Gleeful Demolition. Go. Oh, opponent's off to the super fast start. Oh, the dream. The dream might be dying. This is turn 2 Rhinos. Oh. Well, Mountain. Kick a Bushwhacker. Hit you a bunch. Oh, what a hand. What a hand for our opponent. And the dead gone. Hit you for 6. Opponent has the land. Has a bunch of Rhinos. Wow. Oh. Well, I guess we'll have to settle for the 4-1 Dream. Yeah, this one's just over now. Kind of a hallmark of Modern, I guess. The decks just have unbeatable draws, and our opponent just kind of high rolled. Rhinos is a very good deck, but they also just kind of, game 1 they had Become Immense for lethal, which is like a 1 of or a 2 of, and not usually played in most builds. So they got to steal a win that way, and then this game they had probably the 1 of Gemstone Caverns, and they were on the draw, so they just had, I mean, it It was just the absolute dream for our opponent's deck here. Young Pyromancer makes a big board. Oh, the 5-0 would have been sweet, but we'll settle for the 4-1 dream. I mean, the deck was legit great. It would have been sweet if we could actually finish with the 5-0. We will have to settle for 5 treasure chests and a 4-1 and getting to see the dream draw from Rhinos Become Immense. Who plays Become Immense? All right, well, let's crack our treasure chest and then we can talk about our deck. So, treasure chest 1. Give us something good. Reward us, Magic Gods, for that brutal loss. Red Sun's Twilight. Not really worth anything. Might be an okay commander card, though. Obsidian Fireheart. Cool card, but definitely a 15-year-old card at this point or whatever. You can see its age. Doesn't really live up to modern Magic. 3, come on. Complete set. Something big. 125 play points is actually like $12.50, more than enough to do an entire new league. So that's a good open. It's not exciting like a flashy card, but value-wise, it's actually good. Murderous Betrayal, 3 mana, enchantment, pay half your life, rounded up, destroy target. Well, I mean, you play Mono Black Devotion, maybe. Mono Black Death Shadow Devotion and Tidal Kraken. Can I crack in for 6? Can't block that. All right, last chance. Last chance for something good. Auriok Steel Shaper. Hammer Fist Giant. Well, those were pretty bad treasure chests, actually. Play points are nice. We'll accept the play points. But what did we learn about this deck? Well, unfortunately, we didn't quite get the 5-0 dream. Rhinos got us in the end. On the other hand, the deck was absurd. We beat Spirits, we beat Creativity, we beat Jeskai or Blue-White Control, we beat, is it Murktide? So we took down a lot of the best decks in the format. And even against Rhinos, it's not like our deck performed bad. Our opponent just had ridiculous draws, like just ridiculous draws with their deck. So I think this seems like, to me, the best version of 8-Wack now. Like, the biggest upside of this is just the raw speed. And 8-Wack, as fast as it is, Modern keeps getting faster. We've talked about before, Modern going from like a turn 4 format to a turn 3 format. As fast as Whack decks can be, they're getting a little slower compared to the speed of the format. The pretty consistently have 3/1/1s on turn number 1 into the Whack effects with Signal Pest is a sweet backup. Like, that really speeds up the deck. We got to see this deck winning on turn 3 relatively easily, and then we got the reach to close out the game. We also got to see the deck win when things go badly. Like, when our opponent has the engineered explosives to wipe away our board, we can still piece things together. So if you want to do some whacking, I think Gleeful Demolition is the way to go. Definitely recommend. Seems like a really, really good budget deck for Modern. So anyway, that is Gleeful Whack. That's been our budget magic for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.